Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a book haul. Yes, you've heard that correct. I have a book haul for y'all. Okay. Oh, bars. Okay. Anyways, we have 17 books to get through. All right, I've been hoarding these books to do a video and I'm so excited to talk about them. I actually just unboxed my book outlet order from a month ago. Okay, totally forgot what I got. So we're gonna, dive into them together. I got books from Book Outlet. I got books from Half Price Books, and I got books from Blush Bookstore. All right, so many books, so little time. And on that note, let's get into it. I'm going to start with my Blush Bookstore haul. All right. Blush Bookstore is a independently owned bookstore. They have a location in Texas and they also have a location in either Oklahoma or Arkansas. I'm not sure which one, but I'll put it below in the down bar. But it is a romance focused bookstore. So it's like all that's in there is only romance. I did find a thriller, but it has romance in it, so it's still romance focused. Yeah, that was my first time going there. I really enjoyed it. I am going to link below my June vlog because I did film some fun stuff in there. By fun stuff, I just filmed myself in their vlog. I just vlogged in there. But anyways, if you want to check out an inside peek of what Blush looks like, go check out the vlog. Without further ado, let me stop yapping and let me get into these books, okay? Starting off with Only Because It's You by Rebecca Fishia. So this is about two friends, they're best friends, and they have to do a marriage of convenience, okay? And that is just right up my alley. I love a good marriage or relationship of convenience. It's just so funny because it's like, y'all knew y'all had something. Okay, which is why when it came up that y'all need to get married or something like that, you guys are like, oh, it's fine. We can do it because we're best friends. Yeah, because you also love each other already, duh. But yeah, I've never read anything by Rebecca Fishia, but I'm super excited to read this and see what happens. Next is Yours Unexpectedly, and I honestly don't know what this is about. I totally forgot what this is about. It's about a student at a university. She's in her senior year. And ooh, we got a teacher's assistant. Okay, wait a second. Ooh, also brother's best friend. Oh. Okay, period. That sounds right up my alley. That sounds really good. I'm not going to do the full description. Do you guys want a full description? Let me know if you guys like that because I do it sometimes when I do book hauls. I think I usually do that when I do book hauls, but I don't know if that's what you guys like. Do you guys want to know the full description of the book or do you not care? I'll do it for some of them and then you guys tell me what works best for you. I don't necessarily care either way. Sometimes I like to do it, sometimes I don't. And so I just want to know what everyone else likes so that I can kind of gauge how I do that. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. So I'll read the back of this one. Okay, how about that? Bennett Taylor should be living the best years of her life, but she's failing miserably. Emphasis on miserable. Adrift in NYC, she has no direction and no energy to find one. When Bennett is set up on a first date with Henry Adams, she drunkenly confesses that she's not ready to love again. In fact, she doesn't feel passion for anything. Not pottery, not sports, nothing. Impressively adventurous Henry offers to help Bennett uncover her passion for life. Every Saturday, they'll try a new activity as friends, of course. Their passion project finds them sampling photography, tattooing, even rappelling off skyscrapers. But when secrets surface, Bennett finally has to face the grief that's holding her back. With tenderness and electric banter, Passion Project is a story of finding a spark and igniting happiness. Oh, I should probably tell you the title and the author. When you guys like that, that is going to be Passion Project by London Sperry. I have heard good things about this. That's why I got it, is I have heard a couple of reviews, and everyone that I've seen review it and read it liked it. So yeah. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbett. I don't know why, but when I read this title, that's how it sounds like in my head. It's like, get a life, Chloe Brown. You know what I mean? Like, oh, get a life, Chloe. Anyway, so I can't say the title without saying it like that. Even though that sounds ridiculous, but that's literally, when I say it, that's what goes, like when I look at it, when I see it, that's what goes on in my head. But anyways, before I embarrass myself anymore, let's check out what it's about. Chloe Brown is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal, a plan, and a list. After almost, but not quite, dying. Oh, dang. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. She's come up with 7 directives to help her get a life, and she's already completed the first, finally moving out of her glamorous family's mansion. The next items: enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex. Okay, Chloe. Travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and ... do something bad. Girl, what's going on? What's tea? But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written step-by-step guidelines on how to do it correctly. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Redford Red Morgan is a handyman with tattoos, a motorcycle, and more sex appeal than 10,000 Hollywood heartthrobs. He's also an artist who paints at night and hides his work in the light of day, which Chloe knows because she spies on him occasionally, just the teeny tiniest bit. But when she enlists Red in her mission to rebel, she learns things about him that no spy session could teach her, like why he clearly resents Chloe's wealthy background, and why he never shows his art to anyone, and what really lies beneath his rough exterior. No, this sounds really good. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about that. Lastly, from Blush Bookstore, I have Love in Bloom by Lucy Eden. And I've never read anything by Lucy Eden, but the cover looked so cute. Look at them. I was like, they just look so cute. I have to get it. So I actually don't really know what this is about. Okay, so Emma, the main character, has a horrible day. She breaks up with her boyfriend, she gets fired, and she inherits a farm. Okay. And then she meets Dan. And then, yeah. See, I'm trying to read it and also talk to you guys. And it's not really working because what I'm reading is not computing into my head. Anyways, it looks like Dan helps her with the farm. And she has to figure out how to save the farm. It's a bigger project than she thought. Anyways, I know that doesn't sound good because I'm like talking like a robot, okay? But from what I read and computed a little bit in my head, it sounds good. So I'm excited to read that. Okay, thank you. Next up is my half-priced books haul, okay? I got all of these at the flagship half-price bookstore in Dallas. That store is amazing. And if I lived in the city, I probably would be there every single weekend. They have like a whole like restaurant cafe in there also. They have like coffee and food and pastries and freaking bar drinks. Like, that store is amazing. I could spend hours in there. I did spend a couple hours in there. I was in there probably like 2 hours. Anyways, let's get into what I got. When I went to this store, I was strictly focused on thrillers. I have been reading so many romances, as you just saw that I just unhauled like 6 romances, okay? Pause. I forgot a book from Blush. I forgot a Blush book. Hold on. This is actually the last book from Blush Bookstore. Okay, I'm actually doing a reading vlog for it right now. And so I've started it. I'm only on page 45, I think. But anyways, this is crazy. This is the thriller romance that I was talking about. So let's get into what it's about. Actually, I'm not going to talk about what it's about because you will see that in the reading vlog. But this is The Wife Before by Shanora Williams. I've heard really good things about it. The main character is pissing me off a little bit, but I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna do my reading vlog for it and everything. But anyways, this is pretty good so far. But basically, it's about this woman. She marries someone who is not, who after she marries them, he's not who he portrayed himself to be. Okay. And his previous wife died of suspicious circumstances. Okay. The wife before her. So yeah. As you can see, that's like, well, what the heck happened to the other wife? I will be finding out very soon. Very soon. I'm finishing it. I'm finishing this week, period. All right. But yeah, moving on to my half price books. Okay. So as I was saying, I was focused on getting thrillers because as you can see, I just did so many romance books. I've been reading so many romance books, which I don't mind, but honestly, I'm not a romance girly like that for real. My true favorite genre is thriller, suspense, mysteries. Like those are what I really like and what I really enjoy. And so I was like, I need to get back to my roots. All right, I need to get back to my roots. And so that's what I did. And so I got three thrillers, mysteries, suspense, and then I think the other one that I got, I guess it's a romance book because I just can't help myself. But yeah, let's get into what they are. Up first, I have Never Look Back by Allison Galen. I think this is based off of a true story. I need to look it up because I don't know. But the way that it's kind of written, it does kind of sound like it's based off of a true story. You tell me. Let's figure it out together. For 13 days in 1976, teenage murderers April Cooper and Gabriel Leroy terrorized Southern California's Inland Empire, killing a dozen victims before perishing themselves in a fire. Or did they? More than 40 years later, 20-something podcast producer Quentin Garrison blames his troubled upbringing on the murders, and after a shocking message from a source, he has reason to believe April Cooper may still be alive. Meanwhile, New York City film columnist Robin Diamond is coping with rising doubts about her husband and terrifying threats from internet trolls. But that's nothing compared to the outrageous phone call she gets from Quentin, followed by a shockingly brutal home invasion that makes her question everything she's ever believed in. Is Robin's mother a mass murderer? Is there anyone she can trust? Told through the eyes of those destroyed by the Inland Empire killings, including Robin, Quentin, and a 15-year-old April Cooper, Never Look Back asks the question, how well do we really know our parents, our partners, and ourselves? Like, I think that's based off of a true story. It says here, like, P.S. insights, interviews, and more are, like, in the book. So, I've never heard of the Inland Empire killings. So, I need to look it up to make sure to confirm that it's based off of a true story. I don't know if it is. I'll look it up. But anyways, it sounds really good, and I can't wait to read it, okay? Next is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. So Lucy Foley is an author that I have been wanting to read. I've heard kind of a mix, okay, I've heard kind of a mixed reviews. A majority of the reviews that I've heard about her are like mixed reviews. Like some people really like her. Some people are like, I don't know. I read this book. I didn't like it, but then I read that book and I did like it. So it's kind of like a toss up. So I wanted to dive in myself. Okay. Make a decision for me. So I got The Guest List. I'm not going to read the flap, but I'll read the back because like that is pretty quick. Okay. The Guest List. An exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. Come on now. Come on now. Who is the murderer? Anyways, I'm excited to read that and to read Lucy Foley. I might do a reading vlog for that. I don't know yet. This is the one romance book that I got. Okay. In 5 Years by Rebecca Cyril. And I honestly can't tell you what this is about. Oh, it's a dual timeline, I'm pretty sure. I didn't know that. Is it? No, actually, it's not a dual timeline, I don't think. But basically, the main character goes to sleep and wakes up 5 years in the future. Okay. And then she goes to sleep and wakes up and she's 5 years back, and she's trying to figure out if she wants the life that she saw in her dreams. I guess she wasn't dreaming though. She was awake. It was legit magic, I guess. She's trying to figure out if she wants to stay the course of what she's already doing. She was only in the future for 1 hour. Yeah, that was a bad explanation. Y'all go look it up. I'm sorry. And then the last book I got, She Started It by Cyan Gilbert. And oh, this is crazy because I just read a book that is super similar to this. So I won't be reading this book anytime soon. It's about 4 friends. They go on a bachelorette party and something happens at the bachelorette party. Like secrets pop up and all of that stuff. But I just read a book literally called The Bachelorette Party, where it's like 4 friends go for a bachelorette party. So, well, actually, no, it was way more than 4 friends. It was like 6 of them. But anyways, yeah. So those are all of my half price books. Next up, Book Outlet. I am a Book Outlet stan. Okay, I love Book Outlet. I get probably like 80% of my books from there. These books that I'm hauling for you guys are about maybe from a month ago or so, when Book Outlet did their $5.99 fiction book sale, which they do kind of often. I want to say they run it like every 2 months or something like that. Like they run it pretty often because I am always buying from it. So let's get into the books, shall we? Up first is Misconduct by Miss Penelope Douglas. So I don't remember what this is about, so I'm reading it for the first time and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Let's read it together. Former tennis player Easton Bradbury is trying to be the best teacher she can be, trying to reach her bored students, trying to forget her past. What brought her to this stage in her life isn't important, she can't let it be. But now one parent-teacher conference meeting may be her undoing. Meeting Tyler Merrick for the first time makes it easy for Easton to see why his son is having trouble in school. The man knows how to manage business and wealth, but not a living, breathing teenage boy, or a young teacher for that matter, though he tries. And yet there is something about him that draws Easton in, a hint of vulnerability, a flash of attraction, a spark that might burn. Wanting him is taboo, needing him is undeniable, and his long-awaited touch will weaken Easton's resolve and reveal what should stay hidden. Okay, when I was originally reading it just now, before I said it out loud, I thought that she was going to be with the student, and I was like, I don't know if I can get down with that. That's just not my vibe. I don't want to read about that. But now I'm seeing that it's the dad. So that I could vibe with. Okay, I could vibe with that a little bit, all right? But the student, yeah, no. No. Next, The Situationship by Taylor Dior Rumble. I don't know what this is about either. Okay, yeah. It's about 2 people in a situationship. Go figure. Oh my gosh. This cover is freaking me out. I'm not joking. When I unboxed it, I was like, why did I buy this? I'm assuming because the back of the book was really, really good. The description, the plot, but the cover is scaring me. Anyways, let's read the back to see if I remember why I bought it. Okay. 2 hours before he vanished, Mark Dixon stole a glass of wine. That's what bartender Sophie Bram tells the cops when they question her about the customer whose mutilated body has just been found. What she doesn't tell them is that she's the one who killed him. Oh. Because why would you confess that to the police? Officer Nora Martin is new to the Bel Air Police Department and is trying very hard to learn the ropes from Detective Murphy while ignoring all of her male colleagues griping about a diversity hire. When she meets Sophie, they build an uneasy camaraderie over shared frustrations. As winter slides into spring and bodies start piling up, Nora begins to suspect that something's not quite right with the unnerving, enigmatic bartender. But will she be able to convince Murph? Or will he keep laughing off the idea that the serial killer haunting their little town is a woman? A cackling cat-and-mouse thriller set against the verdant backdrop of small-town Virginia, Megan Jeanette's You Know Her probes the boundaries of female friendship and the deadly consequences of frustration fermenting into rage. I get it. I think it'll be good. So, yeah. The cover is just a little frightening. But I'm a scaredy cat, so it's fine. Next is Far From the Tree by Virginia D. Berry and Donna Grant. I think that I may have bought another book by these two authors. I have not read it, but their names sound familiar. I'm pretty sure I have a book on my bookshelf by them. So yeah, this is about two sisters. They're very different, but they have to come together, and they don't talk to each other. They have to come together because they inherit a house, and they like meet at the house and like go through their family history, and they discover stuff. So that sounds good. Something out of my usual genre that I would read, I think. The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. So I have the first book in this series, which is The Neighbor Favor. And I believe the series is called the Green Sisters series. Yes, it is. And this is the second book in the series. So I'm not going to really go through it because honestly, it's just, I'm pretty sure this is a marriage of convenience. Yes, marriage of convenience. What can I say? I just really love that trope. But I'm not going to read this anytime soon because I still haven't read the first book in the series and I don't know when I'm going to read that. So we'll see. But I just wanted to get the second book in this series. So that's why I bought it, because I want to have the complete series. So hopefully maybe when they do this sale again, the third book will be on sale and then I can complete my set. All right. Next, 5 Nights by Rachel Wolf. Ooh. This is quick, so let's read it. You're invited to join the infamous Scarmato family on a 5-night voyage aboard their glamorous new ship, 5. On the first night, you'll be wrapped up in the grandness of the boat, 4. On the second night, you'll wonder who is sending you threatening notes, 3. On the third night, someone will die. 2. On the fourth night, you'll discover that someone knows the truth of what you did. 1. On the last night, you'll be left for dead. Will you make it back to shore alive? Books about cruises and stuff like that scare me because cruises kind of scare me a little bit, just a little bit. Like that actually is kind of a crazy concept. I don't know. So many things can go wrong on a cruise. I've only been on one and my fiance wants to go on one. So we're going to go on one probably together. But after that, I don't think I will ever need to go on a cruise again. Like, I think I'm really cool off of those. I am. I don't know. Do you guys cruise? If you cruise, let me know. Talk to me about it because I don't know. I'm a little scared. Next is The Clearing by Simon Tone. I don't know what this is about. Oh, this is also a second book in a series. This is the second book in the Lawton Rees series. I feel like that's like super unknown. It's kind of random, but the first book in this series, I don't know how I ended up buying that book. I feel like I probably got it off a book outlet, but super random. I liked it. I liked it enough to buy the second book in this series. And so this is about Reese is like a detective, I think, or a teacher, professor. She's a criminologist. And so basically she's just, the word is escaping me. She's just like solving the case that's happening in the book. A girl has gone missing. They're trying to find her. That's all. Next book might shock you because it shocked me. Okay. Hoover Girls by Geneva Bowers. This is a graphic novel. That's why it surprised me, because I do not read graphic novels. I don't think I've ever read a graphic novel like in my entire life. Maybe when I was like in middle school. But it's so pretty. Look at that. I'm obsessed. Let's see what this is about. Jalissa and Kim Vasquez are cousins who moved to the city of Los Aguacocios together. I cannot pronounce that. Kim dreams of becoming a famous model and fashion designer. Jalissa is just trying to hold herself together after a breakdown the year before, when a curious incident on the beach leaves the cousins with supernatural powers and monsters start attacking the city. Kim decides that using their powers to stop them is the best way to become famous. But being heroes isn't always as easy as it seems. And Los Aguceros, I think that's how you pronounce it, Aguceros, is in more danger than they imagine. This beautifully illustrated and hilarious graphic novel began as a webcomic. This edition features an expanded story and updated art, offering something for new and old fans alike. That's so cool. So I'm really excited because it's hardcover, so I like that also. It's just so beautiful. But I'm really excited to read that because it's outside my comfort zone. So claps, okay, to Journey from the Past for reaching out of her comfort zone and finding books that I wouldn't normally read. I like that. Last but not least, okay, The Black Queen. Let's get into what it's about. Nova Albright, the first Black homecoming queen at Levitt High, is dead. Oh my gosh. Murdered the night of her coronation, her body found the next morning in the old slave cemetery she spent her weekends revitalizing. That's crazy. Tinsley MacArthur was supposed to be queen. Not only is she beautiful, wealthy, and white, it's her legacy. Her grandmother, her mother, and even her sister wore the crown before her. Everyone in Levitt knows Tinsley would do anything to carry on the MacArthur tradition. No one is more certain of that than Duchess Simmons, Nova's best friend. Duchess's father is the first Black police captain in Levitt. For Duchess, Nova's crown was not just a personal win, but a win for all the Black kids. Now her best friend is dead, and her father won't admit that the main suspect is right in front of his face. Duchess is convinced that Tinsley killed Nova, and that Tinsley is privileged enough to think she can get away with it. But it seems that Duchess's father is doing what he always does, falling behind the blue line, which means that the white girl could go free. Duchess is determined to prove Tinsley's guilt. Only to do that, she'll have to get close to her. But Tinsley has an agenda too. Everyone loved Nova, and sometimes love is exactly what gets you killed. Oh my gosh. That sounds kind of crazy. Also, I don't like kids dying, so this being high school and the girl dies, I'm already sad, but I think it'll be a good book. I think it'll be really good. Okay, folks, well, that is my book haul. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, let me know if you've read any of these books. How did you like them? What would you rate them? Would you recommend them? Let me know. Let's chat about it. Also, if you made it this far, let me know which book I should read next. I don't know where to start because there's so many of them. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.